It's August and I've got standing abs for us today. No equipment needed, so let's go. All right, Killer Bees, let's go ahead and get moving and grooving, and that means that we are getting started with some arm circles, oh my gosh, and high knees. How are your shoulders today? Hi, welcome to the workout. I'm Paula B. I'm your best middle-aged fitness friend, and around here we are all about making peace with your menopausal body by finding a healthy weight and moving in ways that feel like self-love. And today, I can already tell that feeling like self-love is going to be taking this warm-up nice and easy. You know, I warned you, and yet somehow still in the grand scheme of things, walking with weights always is right at the edge of moderate. That was our workout yesterday. Just in case you're doing these out of order, which is totally fine, by the way. There's nothing magic about the order that I put these workouts together. I do tend to, however, go back and forth between like weights and cardio, so that a day like this, where I'm totally noticing my shoulders, I'm totally noticing them saying, hey, hey, we were doing some walking with weights yesterday, that I can be a little bit gentler. Today is a little bit gentler, a little bit kinder, we're not moving slow, we're not doing nothing. It's still a workout. We're still working, my friends. We're always working. Let's go ahead and do some arm crossers with booty kickers. Oh, moving those shoulders a little bit differently, stretching out those chest muscles, getting those back muscles warmed up and ready to go. Here's what it looks like today. Tell you what, I've got some good standing abs for us. I'm calling this a cardio core today because I've got a little bit of cardio and a little bit of core. Because when have I ever not named something just as obviously as it could be named? Because that is what I do. I'm not an especially imaginative person. I literally call them like I see them. So here's what we're doing today. I've got the handy dandy Gym Boss set for intervals of 30 seconds. We're gonna do 30 seconds of cardio, and then we're gonna do some standing abs I'm just gonna tell you straight up, we're doing balance work today because standing abs is balance work, which is why it's core work, which is why I called it cardio core. It's a repeating, no repeat workout today, which means that we're going to do some welcome to my homes, but also welcome to Blossom's home. She could care less about this, or couldn't care less. Yeah, she couldn't care less about this. But we're going to be repeating the cardio, and technically speaking, we're repeating the core because it's all one-sided work today. So for example, we're going to do, for the first one here, we're going to do 30 seconds of reach across, and then we're going to do some step back twists on one side, and then we're going to do the reach across again, and then we're going to do the step back twists on the other side. So it's repeating, but no repeat, because then once we've gone through that, we're just going to move on to the next pair of exercises. So I'd like you to make sure that you are warmed up enough. Always when we do these warm-ups, if you need a little bit more, do a little bit more. I don't ever want you to come into a workout cold, even though I know some of you skip right over the warm-up and do that anyways. But I'm going to go ahead and get started with 30 seconds of reach across, which again, is exactly what it sounds like. We're going to reach across and reach across because that's what we do. So when it beeps again, I already told you, we're doing step back twists, which means that we're going to step back and twist. But we're going to do it specifically on one side. So we're stepping back. For me personally, I'm always going to start with my left foot doing what I call the anchor work, meaning that your left foot is going to stay in one place while your right foot is going to go flying. You're welcome to do it whatever way works for you. That means that I'm going to step back and twist to my left. So stepping back and twisting. Now you'll notice that I'm not actually transferring my weight back. I'm actually tapping back and twisting. And we're really thinking about getting a full twist in this. That's where we're getting our standing abs. That little bit of balance work because we're only standing on one foot while the other one is flying and just tapping. When it beeps again, we're coming back to that reach across, really feeling that burn. Oh, did you feel that in your abs and obliques? Anytime we're doing a twisting motion, your abs are the muscles that you can see. I know you know where your abs are. I feel like everybody knows where your abdominal muscles are, but I'm going to tell you, just in case you don't, the muscles that are surrounding, for example, your belly button. They go from underneath your rib cage all the way down to your hips, all the way down to your pubic bone, actually. When it beeps again, we're doing those step back twists on the other side. So I'm going to anchor my right foot, and I'm going to step back flying with my left this time. I expect this to feel, oh yes, a little bit more awkward as I expected. Really getting as far into that twist as you can. Where you feel the twist, right there on your rib cage, on the side, those are your obliques. Now, your obliques actually do a ton of work, not just when we're twisting, but I don't know if you've ever thought about how much you twist in day-to-day motions. When it beeps again, by the way, we're doing V reaches, which is a little bit of a squat. If you don't want to squat, don't squat, no big deal. We're going to reach up to one side, squat it down in the middle, and then reach up to the other side. Again, if you don't want to squat it down in the middle, you can just literally reach down and keep your knees more or less straight. Totally not a big deal at all. Both hands are going up and down in a V motion. When it beeps again, we're doing swinging knees to elbows, which means for me that I'm going to have my left foot anchored first, because that's the way I like to do things. I like to get it over with. From me, standing on my left foot tends to be more difficult. I mean, neither one of them is good. Oh, so hands are on your shoulders and elbows pointed forward. We're swinging your knee. Your knee is coming up to meet your elbows, and you're swinging it across your body and then touching your elbow on the same side and then down. And you are welcome to put your foot just fully down. I try really hard not to crunch forward too far into this. The more you are crunching forward into it, the more your back is helping you, as opposed to bringing that knee up. Obviously, I don't care if you actually bring your knee all the way up to your elbow. Here we go with V reaches again. The point is much more that you're getting your knee as high as you can. Bringing your knee up actually is more work for your abs than bringing your rib cage down. Now, it's a lot easier to bring your rib cage down, which is why I try not to crunch into it. It is much harder to bring your knee up, and that's why I'm going to suggest that you try to do it more from that direction than the other. Swinging knees to elbows again on the other side. I'm standing on my right foot. Oh my gosh. And down. Swinging across your body, making sure that you're pulling in your core. Standing up as tall and as straight as you can. Of course, your elbows are going to be in front of you, and they might be curling down a little. You guys, I'm never going to tell you not to crunch down, like you have to stand up straight and tall. I'm telling you that the way we do it, by the way, when it beeps again, we're doing can-cans. It's a knee and a kick on one side, a knee and a kick, and a knee and a kick. And you'll notice, now that we're thinking about abs, do you notice how you're pulling in your core and you're bringing that knee up and that kick out? Where do you feel it? That comes from your abs. Of course it does. You guys, we do a little bit of twisting, a little bit of ab work all the time. Anytime your knees are moving up or down, that's coming from your abs. When it beeps again, we're doing super slow sprinters. I'm going to start with my left leg, bringing my left elbow to my right knee, crunching it in, and then extending that leg and that right arm all the way out. Crunch it in, extend it out. When it beeps again, of course, we're doing can-cans again. Having this crunch across your body, a little bit more obliques. You guys, when in doubt, I'm gonna work your whole abs in basically every plane of motion that we can today. Crunching forward, pulling up, twisting from side to side. The little things that we do, here we go with can-cans a day. Nope, can-cans again. The little things that we do all day, every day, they add up, and that's why we try on purpose to do this kind of thing when we're exercising. When we're exercising, we're emphasizing certain types of movements. We're bringing our knee much higher than we would in the course of day-to-day movement. You wouldn't normally do a can-can, let's say, right? We don't normally do this kind of thing, and yet by emphasizing it, by exaggerating it, here we go on the other side. So right elbow to left knee, and then extend out. Crunch it in, extend it out. Really thinking about bringing that balance all the way up your leg, into your butt, into your abs. When it beeps again, we're doing walking stars. We're picking an apple, we're putting it in our pocket. Excellent job. Moving as slow as you can on these super slow sprinters. So forward, back, and then switch leader legs. Your hand goes up while your foot steps forward, and then your other hand leads it the second time around. You might know this as a box step or a V step. Lots of different ways you can think about it. For me personally, I couldn't do this at all, had zero brain-body connection until I started calling them walking stars. And then my friend, whose name I do not remember, and I apologize, this was actually already at least a year or two ago, told me me that her husband calls these picking an apple and putting in your pocket, and I absolutely love that. Let's do some 3-point crunches. Hands on your shoulders. For me, I'm gonna bring my right knee up, and this one we are doing a combination of curling down, crunching down, and bringing your knee up. Again, there's benefit to be had from all of these motions in every different way. I will tell you, I mean, some people love to talk about your lower abs like that's a thing. Your abdominal muscle is one flat muscle that runs, like I said, from your rib cage down to your pubic bone. It's one muscle. Here we go with walking stars again. But there are sections of it. It's the most unique muscle. I mean, you actually got a lot of really unique muscles in your body. They're doing different kinds of things. But your abs are like particularly unique in the way that they are segmented that other muscles are just not. When it beeps again, we're doing those 3-point crunches on the other side. So we tend to think of our abdominals as being like different kinds of muscle, like your upper abs, your middle abs, and your lower abs. It's all one muscle, so it all moves in concert. Getting tone in one area and not in another is actually much more about how your body places fat and where it places it and why, and that's not really related to muscle tone at all. When it beeps again, we're doing letter Ks. Oh my gosh. Hands are gonna be up overhead. Reaching your one hand and one arm out, one hand around, nope, one arm and one leg out to one side, like the letter K on one side and not like the letter K on the other. Not and K, and not and K. And of course I'm saying that and I'm thinking like not with a K, so it would be a letter K on both sides, but it's not. When it beeps again, we're doing oblique crunches. Gonna have your hands on your shoulders with your elbows facing out wide. Gonna bring your knee up to your elbow, and you can crunch your elbow down into your knee. That side bend is a little bit different than some of the twisting that we've been doing. I'm gonna have in fact, I only really need to have one arm out because, oh gosh. We're slowing it down. This balance work, this ab work, is slower than the cardio work, and yet somehow it's still as sweaty. When it beeps again, we're doing letter Ks, but there's no reason to have both hands up because we're only doing this on one side at a time, so I can actually relax that shoulder. But here's what I'm telling you about doing side to side work as well as crunching or any other kind of work. There's benefit to be had from any kind of way that we move, as long as you are not injuring yourself. And if you are, my friends, A, pull in your core, B, stop working out, go see a doctor, get some physical therapy, and then come back later and start working on your core strength. Anyways, lower abs. When your body puts fat wherever it's going to put fat, and really, generally speaking, for women, and really specifically women of a certain age, we tend to have our weight, oh, I can put that one down, oblique crunches on the other side. We tend to have our weight not necessarily all the way around our middle like an apple, but we tend to be kind of pear-shaped, where we carry more weight like in our butts and our thighs and our lower abs, as some people would call it. When it beeps again, we're doing upside down jacks. So once again, starting with your hands up overhead, we're going to, hands are doing jumping jacks. We're going to step out to one side, and it really is almost a full transfer of your weight out to the side when we do these upside down jacks. Really thinking, oh my gosh, about where your center of balance is, where your gravity is, where your inner and outer thighs are working. When it beeps again, we're doing star balance. Ordinarily, I would go back and forth on star balance. We're going to do this all on one side before we do it all on the other side. When we have our left foot, we're tipping to the left. Really thinking about having your core pulled in no matter what kind of exercises we're doing. So hands up, we're going to tip over to the left as far as you can recover from. I'm actually going to spend some time here hanging and seeing how far over I can get before I come back up. Now, you'll notice it's actually not very difficult to get all the way over. It's very difficult to come back up without falling. That really is the magic of star balance, is that we are trying to come back up slowly, carefully, with precision. That's what requires good core strength. Okay, upside down jacks. I really got lost there for a second. I was thinking so much about my star balance, and I was actually, I'm going to go ahead and say it out loud even before we do the other side. That side wasn't bad. I like it when I have a good balance day, you guys. They are few and far between, but I'm always excited when I have one. But here's the thing about your lower belly. doing more exercises, more crunches, even the kind where we are pulling our knees up and toning that part of your body has nothing to do at all. Here we go, star balance on the other side. Nothing to do at all with where your body is going to store fat. And in fact, if your body is storing more fat around your middle, as it frequently does at this age, here's why. Your body is storing fat around your middle because of stress. And I know you might be thinking, I don't have any stress, I feel great. My friend, there are stresses in your life that have nothing to do with your mind, even though lots of them do have to do with your mind. You might be, here we go with Windmill Tap Backs. Hands are out, feet are out. We're gonna reach down towards your opposite foot. I am under no illusions that I'm actually gonna touch my opposite foot. It is nothing about that. This is cardio. We're having a good time and we're reaching across our body. A little bit of twist, a little bit of turn. When it beeps again, we're doing front kick, back kick. I'm gonna start with my left leg, be in the anchor leg, do a front kick and a back kick. It's exactly what it sounds like. Thinking about bringing that balance all the way up. If you can spend the entire time balanced and not tapping that foot down, that's awesome. If you can't, that's also awesome. There's no front kick, back kick police coming to your door like, you had to tap your foot down, ma'am, we're taking you to front kick, back kick jail. When it beeps again, doing those windmill tap backs one more time. But here's the thing about stress, you guys. Stress comes in lots of forms. Stress to your body might be over-exercising. And you might be even thinking, oh, I don't over-exercise, I just love to work out. Yeah, me too. And yet, my body has a very different opinion now. Here we are with the windmill tap backs again. A very different opinion about how much is enough and when we reach the too much point. I reach the too much point significantly faster than I used to, significantly faster than I want to. TBH, I love exercising, but my body still loves it, still enjoys it, still gets all kinds of benefits from it, but also gets a little bit stressed out from it. Standing on my right foot now this time, front kick and back kick. The other thing that might be stressing out your body is if you're not eating enough. My friends, you've heard from a million years, move more, eat less. That's how we lose weight. At this age, that is not correct at all. When it beeps again, I'm doing curtsy jacks. You never have to do a curtsy lunge if you do not want to. You can do a step back jack, totally okay with me. You can get all the way into a curtsy lunge. You can just do like a high curtsy, which is what I'm gonna do because that feels good to me and I can do it a little bit quicker and I enjoy it more rather than trying to get all the way down into a curtsy. I prefer to get all the way down into a curtsy when I'm doing like strength work, like when we do curtsy curls and things like that. Really like to get nice and low on that one, tap my knee all the way down to the ground. When I'm doing curtsy jacks like this as cardio, I go much faster, much shallower. When it beeps again, super slow toy soldiers, hands up. Lots of hands up today. I don't know if you noticed that. Again, how high can you bring your leg without crunching? Oh my gosh, I started on the wrong side. Oh, I 100% didn't think about it first. You guys, this is what happens when I don't plan ahead. My body so naturally went to my strong legs standing on the ground. Naughty. That's hilarious. I wasn't thinking. I just came right into it like I was gonna do, back and forth toy soldiers. Here we go with curtsy jacks again. Okay, so this time I really have to think about it. I'm gonna be quiet for a second and really think that I'm gonna stand on my left foot and do those super slow toy soldiers. It's your opposite hand reaching down towards your opposite kicking foot. I think, well, in fact, I know exactly what I was doing. I was just getting started on toy soldiers where I was gonna go back and forth rather than trying to do it all on one side. And my body so naturally started on my right side. Okay, stand on your left foot, Paula. Hands up. Here we go. Really thinking about how high you can bring that leg without curling, oh my gosh, down into or letting it fall out like I totally just did. My friends, it's not easy. That's because we're almost at the end. When it beeps again, we're doing disco dancers. This is just a little Saturday Night Fever thing that I like to do. You're gonna get your disco fingers on. We're gonna tap out with one foot while reaching out with the other hand across your body. A little bit of disco dancing. You are welcome, truly, to do this any way that feels good to you. If you're going across your body, same side of your body, whatever you got that works, it works for me. When it beeps again, we're doing around the world kicks, which is a lot like front kick, back kick, except that we're adding in a side kick. So we're doing all the way around the world, front, side and back, and then back to the side and back to the front. So we're coming around the world and then back again the other way. Really trying to balance. I'm gonna stand on my left foot. It's front and side and back, and then side, and then front, really pivoting, really thinking about where, here we are to the side, where your balance is. Unclench your toes off of the ground. Your toes helping you balance is good for your toes, but it's not good for the rest of your body. That doesn't actually help you in a balancing situation. Having your knee locked doesn't help you get better at balance. Here we go with those disco dancers for the final time. Bringing balance all the way up into your abs and your glutes, making it standing abdominal work is actually the way that we can stay on our feet for the rest of our lives. If your feet get weary and tired, or your knees start to get arthritic, as some of ours are, then where are you gonna bring your work? You're gonna bring your work in your big muscles, your glutes, your abs. They're huge muscles right in the middle of your body. Here we go with the round the world kicks on the other side. And you guys, when we're done with this, we are done. We're not quite finished. I've got one final thing. It's one interval only. We're doing crunch pulses, which is kind of exactly what it sounds like, except that we're not getting down on the ground to do crunches. We're just simply going to bend over and we're going to crunch, bringing our elbows down to our knees. I know that sounds kind of easy right now, and clench your toes. Pull that work all the way up into your abs, up into your glutes. Let them do their work. Elbows to your knees. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Now this is what I was saying about doing this work from lots of different angles helps you feel your abs in lots of different ways. Doing this pulsing kind of work over time, 30 seconds. 30 seconds is a long time to do one teeny tiny motion like this. Pull in your abs, really feel that burn. This, whew, you guys got your abs from every single direction. We got your core, we got your cardio. We got it covered. Today, how do you feel? That was amazing, right? This is the thing about core work. I know some of us think, let's do some arm circles. I know some of us are like, core work, kind of boring. It's why I try and give you a little bit of cardio for those of us who like cardio, because then it's not like super boring. Oh, I was just standing on one foot for a while. But this kind of work, absolutely essential for keeping you on your feet for as long as you can. My friend, this is independence work right here. This is the kind of thing that can help you stay independent for a long, long time. I'm so proud of you. What good work you did today. Let's go ahead and open it up nice and wide. Stretch out your abs, right? And then, give yourself a big hug and a pat on your surprisingly sweaty back. I know I said it was cardio core, but I didn't think it was gonna feel like that much cardio, but yeah, even the core felt like work, didn't it? Everything's a workout with me, my friends. Oh, you did such a good job. Thank you so much for working out with me today. Here on screen, of course, I've got a longer cool down for you. I've also got everything you need to know about losing weight at 50 and beyond. And of course, there's a subscribe button down there. So make sure you click that, and I'll see you tomorrow.